Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, honey. We are here. Good morning. Welcome to Mornings with Mobile. Got heaters going. Drink a little bit of water. Let's start this again, shall we? I was fine. I was absolutely fine until I went live. Welcome to Mornings with Marvel, where authenticity lives and thrives to create a space of growth, healing, and joy. I am your host, Andrea Lawful Sanders, and each day we will cover the topics that are informative and engaging while learning from each other. So, I had some work done in this room almost a year ago. Oh my God, it's almost a year, and had not turned on the fireplace until this morning. So all the dust that was in there was coming out the thing, and I was like, ah. So that stuff is making me cough. But it's nice and toasty warm in here, and I completely forgot the thing was sitting over there, plugged into the wall, looking at me. Anyway, it is Friday, January 23rd. It is 28 degrees and partly cloudy outside, and it is pajama day, honey. Martha is in her pajamas. Yes, I am. I took my shower. I moisturized, and I'm going, what do I want to wear today? I'm going to put on another black dress. I don't know. And my pajamas looked at me and said, hello. So today we're going to have loads and loads of fun. We're not going to talk about anything that is stressful. We're not going to do any of those things. If you want to call in, if you want to join me live on the air in your pajamas, I'm happy to do that. I will send you the link. But today we're just going to have ourselves a great time. So, a couple of things I want you to do before I start to read my morning motivation. I want you to tell me how do you decompress? How do you release stress out of your body? That's the first thing I want you to tell me today. How do you release stress out of your body? If you want to call in, let me just put the call in number in here so that you can do that. It's 215-400-0146, but I'm going to put it in here so that you can call me. Oh, somebody's in their sweats. Yes, honey. Yes. Yep, listen, I was like, I do not feel like getting dressed up today, and so I will not. I shall not. And this is the first time I've ever worn pajamas on air, but then I remember this is my platform. Uh 0146. So you can call in 215-400-0146. Yes, thank you, honey. Listen, Morpheus got listen. A couple of years ago, they had a one of these places had a pajama sale for the holidays, and it wasn't the usual stuff, but it's just nice and soft. And the pajamas were originally $100. I was like, $100 for pajamas. I got them for $35. And stitch my little initials in it. Y'all got to look for great sales. Don't spend the money because the money is there to be spent. One of my friends who at this point is a multimillionaire, she said to me, she said, Andrea, I never buy anything full price. So that's your first lesson for today. Buy nothing at full price. There's always a discount somewhere. She said, if you're willing to wait for it not to be the first one wearing this and the first one wearing that, you just go ahead and do what you should do. It's pajama day. Yes, 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 yes. So the first thing I want you to tell me is, how do you decompress? How do you relieve stress? And then we're going to have some fun talking about this snowmageddon that's coming. Y'all need Jesus in a bag of chips. I'm telling you, I said this on Monday. I said, y'all, this is some prediction coming. It might be a teaspoon. It might be 3,000 inches, but I need you to get ready. Yesterday, my sister sent a message in our group and she said, oh my God, I want you to do something. The parking lot where we would normally have places to park. There was no place to park. The shelves were empty. People were fighting each other in the parking lot. People were fighting each other in the stores. I see your posts, how the shelves are just completely empty. Do you not realize that you're probably only going to be in your house for a day or two, maybe two? David said champagne. Champagne, David. You said champagne. And listen, you do know how to relax. Champagne and a bath. My doctor called me last night and she was like, take an Epsom bath. I was like, I don't like baths. She said, I'm not asking you whether you like a bath or not. That's why I love my doctors so much. I curate my doctors really well because I want the truth. I want them to twice. Oh my God, I heard from both my doctors yesterday. She said, go take a bath, get in the bath and stay in there for 30 minutes. I said, can I just take a magnesium tablet? She says, nope, doesn't work as well. Your skin is the largest organ. If you let it come through in the bath. Man, I got in that bathtub and she told me 20 to 30 minutes. I was in there for an hour. I said, oh, we're going to discuss. We need to discuss how we take care of ourselves. And now, David, I understand why you are always in that bathtub with a cup of tea. I had so much fun. So I'm going to take more baths. What else can you, Marguerite, it's pajamas done. Listen, it's my pajamas. These are my pajamas. It's pajama day. It's pajama day. Um, but tell me, how do you release stress? What are the things that you do to get you to a place? Because I see so many of us are completely stressed out, present company included. My doctors are looking at me like, are you crazy right now? Do not let the news drive you insane. I've lost so many people in the last 2 weeks and have heard so many stories of people having massive heart attacks and strokes. And I do believe, whether we want to acknowledge it or not, that there's something going on in the ethos. We're seeing and hearing so many crazy things that works, right? Jennifer says a nice walk and watching some good ratchet, some good ratchet reality TV. Oh, Jennifer, I tried. Let me see. What was that thing? What did I see? The Real Housewives of Potomac. By uh, the 10-minute mark, I want to just pluck my eyeball. How? What? And I know it is what it is, but Lord, it was. I couldn't do that. But what I could do, I love good medical shows. So now you know more of a secret. I love a good medical show. Let me see. Somebody just call. Call me back. I'm so sorry. Please call me back. I was too busy talking. I love a good medical show and I love a good thriller, right? I don't like the gory stuff. I do not like horror movies, but I like a good something that'll make me think, like his and hers. That was good. I pegged that by episode 2. My husband was like, you crazy as hell. I said, I know who it is. Um Alexandra says, Marvel, this isn't Snowmageddon, January 27, 2011. Really? Wait. I didn't even, I was around in 2011. The entire country had snow except Southern California, Florida, and Hawaii. 32 hours of glorious over. I don't even remember that. What is Karamo? Marguerite says, Karamo is my new ratchet TV fascination. Where do we see that, Marguerite? I want you all to really get yourselves. Here we go. Welcome to Mornings with Marva. How may I help you?
Good morning, Mama. It's Laura,
Hi, darling.
the
What are you?
insurance lady.
Yeah,
Hey.
hey, honey. Who is? What is your thing for de-stressing, decompressing?
Okay, I'm a bath girl as well.
Oh, are you?
But if I can't like get to the bath, I love a nice hot bath. I love that.
I can't
I
stand
do it
baths.
once a week. I
Can
do
I?
it once a week. Is
Can
is
can
what I do.
can I tell you why I just dislike baths?
Why?
I always thought that if you sat in the bath too long, you would get a yeast infection.
Well, what in the world? I never heard that one. No, you all right. You gonna be just fine. Never had one.
And I took the bath. The bath was so amazing.
No. The bath is amazing. You need
Oh.
it. It's something about water.
Yes.
It's something about water.
Yeah.
That a lot of people sit in the bath and think, and they get inspiration sitting in the bathtub.
Yeah.
I do like it, but I also wanted to say that I will turn on something funny. Like
Yes,
I'll watch
comedy.
reruns of Martin. Something to make me laugh takes me out of that stress position. So
Okay.
whatever it is that kind of makes me laugh, and it just changes my whole aura, and it de-stresses me.
Yes.
I wanted to put that out there. Anybody else like that?
All right. Thank you, my darling. I really appreciate it. Love you.
Love you too.
Happy Snowmageddon.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Alexander says, I decompress by laughing Upshaws and reruns of Frasier. I love Frasier. And the other one is with Sheldon and Group. I love nerds. As you can tell, I'm married to one. What's the show with Sheldon and Cooper and the rest of them? Um, I love that show. But Frasier, oh my God, the entendres, the jokes within the jokes, it's just so much fun. I like stuff that makes my brain hum. So that's the kind of comedy I like. So I love that. Um, uh, Alexander says, I decompress by laughing, the upshaws and reruns of Frasier and waiting for the next season of Beauty in Black. For my shower, I hang fresh eucalyptus over the shower head. Oh, I'm learning some things. This is why I ask you all these things. Big Bang Theory, Star Trek, and Cheers. Yep, yep. That's me and my husband. The Big Bang. Thank you so much. Um, so wait, fresh eucalyptus. Now, where did I get some fresh eucalyptus? I know somebody's gonna tell me. Fresh eucalyptus over the shower. I like that. Ah, yes. Everybody sees Big Bang Theory. Yep. My husband thinks he is I figured he thinks I'm Penny, the girlfriend. I'm like, dude, I got some sense in my head. We're gonna be all right. Marguerite says, I watch what's Karamo? But Karamo has a daily show on local TV. He's an African American gay man who is also a social worker who has the craziest. I've never heard of Karamo. I'm adding that to my list for the weekend. I'm gonna at least try it. Karamo watch. Okay. The supermarket. What's the supermarket? Too blessed. Wait. You decompress by going. You decompress by going to the supermarket, my darling. Tell Mother it ain't so. Trader Joe's. Okay. All right. Trader Joe's for the fresh eucalyptus. Okay. That means it's expensive as hell. All right. Oh, too blessed. Oh, Acme ShopRite should have. Really? I can't stand David Alexander Jenkins. He said, I use eucalyptus honey and milk in my bath. Hold on, you're about to make me go take another bath today. Eucalyptus? You put honey in your bath? And milk? What kind of milk? This is why I love talking to y'all. I promise you, we can't do every day of just dealing with doom and gloom. It's pajama day. We're gonna talk about this stuff now. David, either you call me or log in because we need to have a conversation about this bath right here. Because your bath sounds like it's up. You took it up 10 notches. I have honey and I have milk. And is there a specific kind of milk? I don't know. So you use honey, milk, and eucalyptus. I'm going to have to find the eucalyptus. Mr. Sanders, if you're listening, please go find me some fresh eucalyptus. Because David's going to make me take another bath today. Produce Junction. Oh. Shower aloe air dry. Alexander says fresh eucalyptus is $3.95 a bunch at Trader Joe's. Did you hear that, Mr. Sanders? Because, I got copy, paste, and repeat today. Oh, I love y'all. David, either call in or log in, please. And if you're in your pajamas, even better. Let's see. Who? I'm just trying to read all the things you all are. Oh, heavy milk and honey for the moisturizing properties. What? You all are holding out a mother out here? You all are having heavy milk and honey in your bath for moisturizing properties and nobody told mother? Is it that we've just been discussing the news so much we didn't even think about these things? And for the rest of you that are listening and not chiming in, then you know what to do, right? Good morning, Shaquilla, darling. David, oh, and fresh flowers. The flowers can be found in the supermarket. I love him. I love him. All right, for those of you who are listening, honey, milk, it's going to be really cold. So just make sure you have your take your bath. Also, tonight the temperature in Pennsylvania is going to be minus 10 degrees. Please turn your faucets on the cold and drip and just let it drip, right? Let it drip. So I don't have televisions in my bathrooms, but I guess I can take one of my iPads and prop it up and watch something good while I'm sitting in the bathtub because honey. Ah, Monica says, I wouldn't suggest those things in your bath for women. It may produce some yeast. This is why I know I wasn't crazy. Alexander says you have to try the body scrubs from Divinity Skincare. Okay. All right. We'll try that. Viola says I spray my eucalyptus with eucalyptus oil. What? Were they tied across to a dog with a daisy in the floor? No, Nico. Ah! Oh, you are a comedian. EAC. I do this with my husband all the time. Listen, here comes my baby.
I
Are you in your pajamas?
said, oh Lord. Good morning.
But David, that cannot be your pajamas with fur.
These are my pajamas. They have little sable cuffs
I
and
can't
collars.
stand him, Jesus. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Good
Happy
morning.
pajama day, my darling.
Listen, yes, yes.
So how do
So
you decompress?
yeah, well, I get I get a bathtub every day,
I
early in the
see.
morning. In fact, I had to stop my bath so I could get up here and say hello. Um, but I use milk and honey and eucalyptus and Epsom salts in my bath every day.
How
And
much?
I take a coffee mug, a big giant coffee mug, and I
Mm-hmm.
fill it with milk, with whole milk or with half and half. And then I
Mm-hmm.
add honey to the whole milk and I put it in the microwave and let it melt together. And
See, this is
then
why we have to ask the questions. I
and
was
then I
just gonna pour
pour
the
that.
cold milk and the honey.
You're gonna have a sticky bath. Um, and I melt it in the milk, and then I
Uh-huh.
pour that into the bath.
Mm-hmm.
And eucalyptus sprigs I will put in the bathtub, not little leaves, but the whole sprig.
The whole spray.
Um, you can use it if you're really therapeutic to sort of beat yourself and all the whatever, but just put it in the bath. And then I add Epsom salts. Usually the Epsom salts are also eucalyptus
Mm-hmm.
scented Epsom salts. And
Mm-hmm.
so that is my morning routine. It is my daily thing. If I have an evening bath, I add champagne.
You had what?
I add champagne if it's an evening bath.
I hope Mr. Sanders is listening because I'm taking that bath today. I don't know if I'm going to put milk and
Absolutely.
honey in my bath every single day.
Absolutely.
Woo!
Be not dismayed.
Wow.
I need a pin or something. What's it?
Don't worry. Don't worry. Your bird chest is not offended. We're going to be all right. So you have a cup of tea in the morning. I don't have the time to do that in the mornings because I'm on the air and then I'm running around doing all the other things that I have to do. But in the evening, I'm forcing myself because what my doctors are telling me is that you're exercising, you're eating well, it's stress. And you've got to figure out a way to decompress yourself every day, which is why we are having this conversation around what do you do to decompress every day? The
Yeah,
news is just absolutely awful,
to
right?
turn it
But we
on.
don't want we just cannot continue to focus on it. And so, today we're talking about, how you're preparing for the snow and what's up. Ha! My husband just texted me and said, are you making yogurt in the tub? I can't stand him.
Basically. Milk and honey is biblical,
Yes.
and I will drink milk and honey, particularly when sick.
Mm-hmm.
So just a hot cup of milk with honey in it
Mm-hmm.
does wonders.
Mm-hmm.
And I bathe in milk and honey, and I've been bathing. I mean, since I was a little child, I've been bathing in milk and honey. The skin, what it does for your skin.
Yeah.
Um, there's something about talk about cleaning water. I think honey was one of those original antiseptics, and so people used to rub it on their skin and
Mm-hmm.
sort of the vitamins in it, and then the milk, which creates really wonderful. Oh, it's wonderful. And let me
Mm-hmm.
tell you, after you have a bath in milk and honey, you're gonna realize that you need a lot more milk and honey in your house.
And I can hear my husband saying, that cup of milk is $1 and some cents. That's $4 worth of honey. Who wasted?
Y'all better read Solomon.
So, Mr. Sanders, we need. Do you want do should I use half and half or should I use whole milk?
Whole milk is just as good, and it's cheaper than
Okay.
half.
I don't drink whole milk at all. I don't drink that milk at all. So just can you just buy me a thing of whole milk, please? Bless you,
Oh,
honey.
mercy, thank you.
And some
Go on
honey.
and get a gallon.
Right, right. Go get a gallon of whole milk. And
Flourish.
then some eucalyptus sprigs. Yes,
And
Maggie.
honey, and the honey. So you have to
And the
melt the
honey.
honey in the blender. So you put the milk and the honey together in the microwave, or
Mhm,
you could do it on the stove, and you want to
mhm,
melt the honey down. Once the honey is dissolved in the milk,
mhm,
pour that into your bath, and then you keep filling up.
mhm.
Now the other thing is, you pour all of your mixtures in the bath while the bath is still running. You don't
Yes.
wait till it's
Okay.
full. It
Okay.
needs to foam, it needs to bubble, it needs to be,
Yes, all the
so
things
well.
right. I love it. I love it. So when I would see you, every once in a while, David would text me and say, "What you doing?" And I get a picture of him and with I see the
The bubbles.
teacups sitting on the thing and the bubbles. I was like, "This Negro's taking another bath."
Oh yeah. Listen, if you can't find me, I'm in the bathtub. It is an essential. All these newfangled people who get rid of the bathtub. They have a shower.
Yeah,
They can't
someone said
use
that
the
they
bath.
yes they got rid of
I
the bathtub and
cannot
they.
live in a home that does not have a bathtub. I would rather
Oh.
have a bathtub than shower any day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Wow. Wow. This is wonderful. Get the raw milk from Whole Foods, Marguerite said. Listen, I'm about that decompression life right now because your president is making me, and I just can't cover all the news, all the things that we will not discuss him on today.
Not.
We will not. We will not. Let's talk
We
about
don't
this.
intend to discuss him today.
No, we are not. Let us talk about the snow that's coming. Why is it? Describe to me in your terms. What is the mental thought processes around running to the store, buying milk and bread, and then the cart is filled to the brim and the shelves are empty and people are fighting each other? Do they not know that spring is around the corner and that we're most
you
likely
know,
not going to be in our house for more than 3, 4 days?
or a day. Um, a day. We have an emergency mentality. We wait until the last second to prepare. We're never prepared ahead of time. We wait for the very
Mhm,
last second, and then we run
mhm,
out to become prepared. Oh my
mhm,
goodness, let me go be prepared. We
mhm.
don't keep eggs in the house. What happened
But
to
we
them?
keep
Where's
eggs
your
in the
eggs and
house.
eggs? I keep
Yeah.
eggs and bacon and milk. Not much else. There's a bit of caviar, but there's not. But my refrigerator's empty. In fact, I have, if you open my refrigerator door, you'll be woefully depressed because there's certain things.
Yeah,
There is champagne, there's some caviar, and there's eggs, and there's bacon,
that's
and
it.
there's milk. That's it.
Yeah.
And I have juices decanting in my refrigerator. But that's it. There's no thing. In fact, I should turn off the stove. Come with me while we turn off the stove.
Okay.
For breakfast this morning.
What were you cooking? Eggs and bacon?
I I was just getting ready to prepare some grits.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think I need to turn this off. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah.
Laverne says, I
This
agree.
morning.
A bathtub was a must for me. I use eucalyptus in the morning and lavender at night. I don't watch the news. I went to the market Tuesday and purchased some things. Yes. Good morning, Essence. We're talking today. It's pajama day. Mama's in her pajama for the first time ever on the air. May not happen again. But we're talking about how do we decompress? What is it that we are dealing with in our lives? Because too many people talk to another friend. I'm in the bathtub and she says, "Oh, another friend, 54, had a major heart attack." I was like, ah. And most of these people are the vision of health. They're not. So that's why I keep telling you, take your mouse off of people's sizes because you don't know. You don't know. The blood never lies. Laverne says, I'm ready to dance and celebrate tomorrow before the storm. Dancing is also how I decompress.
I think dancing's a wonderful way to decompress.
Yes. Laura says, I need to run out and get some caviar. Listen, I'm gonna need I will have some salt.
Listen,
Thank you very much.
and I use caviar instead of salt in the morning time. So I like a little caviar on the eggs,
Mhm.
and so I get the sort of salty taste from the caviar on the eggs and with the bacon.
Mhm.
And that is how I begin my day. And I feel like at that point when I talk to people, people are meanie poos in the morning. Oh, hey, meanie,
That's
meanie.
because they don't do anything but have a cup of coffee.
And see, I'm so pleasant because I've had caviar and champagne in a bath. then I can be pleasant. Don't be people over here on coffee. That's not the answer. That is not the answer. We need
Oh, I'm
more.
so excited. I'm so glad I decided to have a light conversation today
Oh my
because this is so
goodness.
worth. Look at the stuff behind you. Why is your dishes, your place setting so different?
Well, this is just preparing for it. So this is a meat dome. This is where we serve meat. This is where we serve chafing cool things, so warm thing. If you come to my house for lunch or you come for dinner and I'm not expecting you, you're likely to eat from buffet sort of side.
Mm-hmm.
And if someone's
Hmm.
helping here, then this is really great for them because they don't have to run around and be busy. But you see,
Yeah.
the teapot is already here, ready to start
Hmm.
its day. And yes, no, no, no. We this is yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to David's place. Oh my goodness, what am I looking for? Turn around.
So David, I'm going to show up for lunch one day. You've been inviting
Oh,
me, and every time
please.
you invited me, I had all the
Yes.
family things going on. I'm coming. I'm coming to sit and enjoy the day with you.
Come on,
Laura
Lingo.
says, Mother, your playfulness is coming back to sleep. It is working. I am sleeping. I don't usually I wake up at 3 o'clock every morning. After waking up every 2 or 3 hours, I'm sleeping until 5 a.m. Blessed of the Lord, blessed of the Lord. And so I don't wake up with this anxiety. I don't wake up with the tightness in my chest. I don't wake up with any of those things. And so, we're
So
going to
helpful.
navigate this through. Um, David, you are hilarious. Now, what are you doing there?
I'm making grits. So I had to turn the stove down and I
Okay.
had to add a little bit of cheese. And I'm going to put the shrimp in at some point. But there's
Oh, you're
grits
wait,
are
wait. You're
coming.
making shrimp and grits. You're not doing regular
Shrimp and
grits.
grits. Well, I always have shrimp in my grits.
You are so crazy.
Lord
David,
have mercy.
what is it that keeps you happy? Because you seem to be sated and happy despite everything that's going on.
I'm trying to think of why I grew up in a household that could be stressful. I had a lot of work stress from people. People were
Mm,
doing big things in the world and they were often stressed. I think when you're a child and you find joy in that type of stress, it's easier to kind of create joy and bigger joy in other places.
mhm,
I think I'm a Libra to my core, and I just refuse to be uncomfortable. And I think because I refuse to be uncomfortable, I'm seeking constantly little moments to create joy. So my home is a cocoon of joy, right? Everything is
mm,
about comfort or ease or beauty or whatever else.
yeah.
Everything has its kind of place. It's a very livable home. Janice Armstrong came to my house for a
Mhm,
function years ago,
mhm,
and she said, oh my God, she said, not only it's one of those places that you think you walk and you think, oh, where do I
mhm.
sit down? But then you realize, oh, there's pillows all over the floor. And so I can just
Mm,
be comfortable here. And so I enjoy that. I do. I allow myself to live well as a principle of
mhm,
reality. It's, yeah,
mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I am. Somebody said grits another reason to love David. Dr. Jana, good morning, Dr. Jana. Yes, I realized that we were getting doomy and gloomy, and she said yes. He said cheese are in the grits. He's adding cheese.
Yes.
Laverne says she has to chase Alexander's pound cake. It is crack. I don't eat cake. Alexandra well, not she didn't give it to me. She gave it to my husband. She made a pound cake for my husband, and I had a piece, and I said, "Oh, black, gee, oh, okay, yeah, that cake is the
Yeah.
truth. That cake." Marguerite says, "Dancing is my mood changer. Very good." And ECB says, "Look, once I had someone ask if I managed to just browse my." So yeah, our house is a space of peace. When you walk in, it feels peaceful in here, which is
Yeah.
why I can't invite every spirit in here, because then I'd have to
No,
sage the whole place down. You just
no. And the candles, there's constantly candles everywhere.
yes,
There's
yes,
candles
yes,
burning and
yeah,
I will also, if it's a snow day, I
yeah.
wake up early on a snow day because the light's sort of bright on a snow day. And while I'm
Mhm.
running my bath, I turn on the fire. And so I have the fireplace going and I put the candles on and I might put some jazz on very faintly in the background and I light some aromatic candle. And so it feels very much like I've settled in for the day and I'm not going anywhere. Um,
Mm.
Sadly,
Oh,
this weekend I'll have
you've
to try
just
the snow.
created a space in my head of how I'm going to make it through these snow days. I am someone who does not like to sit still and lay around all day long. So for me to be able to just get in the bath and decompress, I made my soups, got my husband everything that he needed, and we didn't have to run to the store to do anything because we had food in our house. Like
I love
Jesus,
it.
right?
No, I
Um,
put on my fur robe and
mhm,
I stayed bundled up and yeah, I think people used to know how to be luxurious and
yeah.
how to relax in that, and so I insist on it. I have this beautiful sable robe I'll put on, which is so warm, and I can sit in the bed and I can read through the New York Times, or I can call a friend and giggle for hours on the
Mhm.
phone. It's I think that you have to create that space so that when you go out into the world and you have to be crazy, then you've at least prepared some sort of rest for
Yeah,
yourself.
I love
Yeah.
it. Laverne says if it snows, I'll binge watch something. I don't watch TV unless it's basketball, football, or my favorite show, Charmed. She also says once a month she goes out to a hotel for the weekend, to stay at a
Oh, I
hotel.
love that.
Yes, she said
A
near or far and
staycation.
do nothing. Yes, no work, no news, nothing. Relax, massage, pool, gym, and sleep. And she orders it. Mr. Sanders, I like that idea. I don't want to do that
I
once a
love that.
month, but once every 3 months.
No,
Yeah.
listen. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah. I would, I think I
BCB.
would do that. If I travel less, I think I would do that. I think I would, because I think hotels for me hold a dual memory. It's either work related, or but I think I would love that. I think I would love to go somewhere once a month and just kind of
Yeah,
disappear for a day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. Laverne says, I don't think we're going to get a lot of snow. See, for me, that's not even the point because just the fact that we're getting snow and people have to sit their tails at home and face themselves for a little bit is good. And whatever it is, they're talking about that
I just wish it was
the
on
snow is
Monday.
going to turn to ice. We need to stay home. Of course, I'm going to hear the crashes outside. Of course, people are going to be out there trying to drive their vehicles and prove their vehicles can move through the snow. Of course, all those things are going to happen. As for me and mine, we'll be in our house, right? We'll be fine. SN
I
says,
know
yes,
you'll be.
David has a whole five-star luxury resort over there with a custom menu.
I had a friend who was in my house and went to, people go open the refrigerator. And he said, "How do you're starving? You have no food." I said, "Well, there's plenty of food. There's not a thing in here to eat." I said, "There's eggs, there's caviar, there's champagne. What are you looking for?" He said, "Where is the cheesesteak? Where are the
Yeah,
Cheerios? Where are
yeah,
the
yeah,
things that sustain?" We don't have them. We don't
yeah,
have, because if
yeah.
I kept food in the house, I would eat it, and then I'd be
Yes.
the size of a house. So I
Hmm.
just don't keep food in the house,
Hmm.
which means that for a snow day, I am going to have to go get at least. Well, I think I still have bacon. We'll see.
You're so crazy. Do you know the shelves are empty right now? I just said to my husband just said to me and said, if I can find milk, the shelves are empty. I didn't even think about that.
You go to the Caucasian neighborhoods for the snowstorm. That's where you don't shop where black people are. You go out. That's where they have tons of food. No one's shopping. They're they're not worried. I can tell
They're
you.
not right. They're not worried.
It's
They
only
are
in the
absolutely
city
not
that
worried.
everything is empty. No, you go out there, and they'll have everything, and then the won't be on sale because nobody's there. Nobody's
Amen.
there. Do you know I grew up in Horsham, Pennsylvania, and so I was always used to suburban grocery stores. The first time I was in Center City, and it wasn't Center City, I was in Mount Airy at a grocery store that was in the city. I was shocked and dismayed. You all shuck your greens in the store. Have you seen people do this?
So say it again.
Shuck their greens. They shuck their greens, their corn, or whatever in the store. They have a trash can in the grocery store and they start tearing apart the stuff and tear. I've never seen anything like that before. Have you seen that?
No, where did you see that?
I was in Mount Airy, and I at an Acme, or it was a grocery store. You had to put a quarter into the cart to get the cart.
Mm-hmm. Aldi's.
Um, no, it was Cheltenham Plaza, maybe. There's a great big drop. There's like a plateau with a bunch of stores on them in Cheltenham Mall. And then
Mm-hmm.
there's this like drop where it goes down like another level and there's a grocery store down there. And
Mm-hmm.
you used to have to put a quarter or a dime or a nickel, whatever it was, into the slot to get the card out.
Right.
Does anyone know what I'm talking about? And then you got the cart and you go into the store. And when you would get to the green section, there were people tearing apart their greens because they didn't want to pay for the extra poundage, I suppose,
And right, and if
of
it's not
the.
good, they're taking off what they want. But I didn't know we were allowed to do that.
You can't do that in the suburbs. That's not acceptable. You can't. You're not able to shuck your corn in the. Oh no, there's no trash cans. You will pay for the extra 25 cents worth of green, whether you eat it or not. I mean, I
And
was
you said
astounded.
this was in
So
the
these are the learning curves.
Cheltenham Mall. Was it the ShopRite?
This maybe it was ShopRite. Does anyone else know about this? Has anybody else seen this in Cheltenham?
The
I
Cheltenham
want to see.
Mall.
It must be a ShopRite.
And the people were, yeah, they listen. Wait, somebody said behind K&G. I don't even know where this is.
Yes, yes.
Somebody says when they shuck the corn, they're checking for worms.
In the store. Mm. And you, it's new. I'm learning. I'm learning.
I
It
haven't
was not
laughed this
allowed,
much since
but
you're crazy as hell. So do you
it's true.
prefer
See,
shucking the corn in the store and checking the greens and
absolutely
taking it?
not. I feel like shucking corn is like going to the bathroom. It should be done in private. It should, it should not be. Nobody needs to see you shucking corn. It paints a picture of slavery to me. Here we are in the store shucking the corn. We cannot come out the field. I don't care what we do. No, not in the store. No, please, not for
So
me. No.
Katisha says, I didn't even know this was a thing. Katisha says people started doing it and leaving the leftover stuff laying around and the store starting putting out trash cans.
Trash cans.
What?
I see. I told you I wasn't lying. It was astonishing to me. Not just the corn, but the greens as well. They would take the greens and take the piece out the green at the core and leave the core behind. What?
I've never seen it. I have never seen it. Now you're gonna make me go look for it.
Oh, an assault on the senses.
Listen, and our people are like, look, you know our people, right? If I got to pay this much for food, at least want the best food you can give me. So I'm taking all
They
the
would take off, and I asked the person I was with why they felt that this was a part. They said, "Well, people don't want to pay for the part they're not going to eat." Well, that's like you don't leave the rind behind of an orange. I mean,
I love my people. I love my people because they
not in
know
the
it's by
store.
the weight. Yeah, yeah.
By the weight. So they
Mhm.
take the leaf off and then they weigh it in the plastic bag and leave the stem behind.
You are hilarious. Oh,
And now the store
my
puts out a
husband
trash
is
can.
probably quite listening today. He says ShopRite does this and the fresh grocer. Yes, yes. This is too funny.
I did not know this. I was so growing up in the suburbs. This was one of my cultural shocks coming to the city was that
Mhm.
you could chuck your corn and tear apart your greens in the grocery store, and that they provided a trash can for you, so they knew you were coming to do. They saw you coming.
Oh God. What is your recommendation for a good watch on television, or do you watch television?
I watch series in series. I get very angry when a series comes on and they cut you off for 3 or 4 weeks and then you bring the next episode and 3 or 4 weeks later. So I like to watch the whole thing. So I watch The Gilded Age as a bundle. I watch,
Yes,
so
yes.
I do that kind of a thing. I'm a binger of that kind of, but I don't really watch
Mhm,
television per se.
mhm,
I watch a movie. I'll find a movie. I'll order a service and sort of see something like that. I only have well, there's two televisions in the house in total. One is a portable that I use for the bathroom for my bath
mhm,
because I love to sort of watch a movie. If it's a nighttime
mhm,
champagne movie bath, fine.
mhm,
Um, but the other one is in my bedroom on the wall, which is unconventional for me because I used to be absolutely against TVs in the bedroom, but I don't want a TV in the living room. I don't want one in the sitting room. I don't want one in the library.
mhm.
So I put it all. There's one TV on the bedroom wall, and everything that I watch that's a movie or whatever else, I curl up in bed with a cup of tea and watch the thing. I sound like someone's granny describing my life.
Oh my God. Monica
sounds so
just
uncool.
said she has seen people filling up the laundry bottles. What? She's seen people filling up the laundry bottles by pouring it from another bottle. So somebody else is being shafted because you're out there filling up the.
Y'all was gonna make me use a word that I buried a long time ago.
What is wrong with us? And Marguerite says, I didn't see that foolishness until I came to Philly. They shuck corn, snap green beans. That is why they
That's
get
what I'm
fish.
saying. It's not the beans right there. Y'all doing the prep work in the store.
She said that's why they get the fish filleted so they don't have to pay for the head and extra. But they weigh the whole fish before they fillet it. So how they get over that? Wow.
I'm telling you, it was. I mean, an egregious assault on the senses. It's how, and the image it gives me is it reminds me of those black and white photos very early on of the slaves in the field, gathering the things, and there they are all lined up at the corn, shucking the corn, and I guess I understand. There's practicality there. So
Yeah. Yeah.
be not I who will, but
And when it's difficult, when people are struggling to pay for their stuff, I was in Aldi's yesterday and there was a woman in front of me and her thing was $14. Her friend paid for her stuff, her own stuff, and she was behind her friend. And I stood behind her and watched her. I think she came to the store without the money. She didn't have the money. And so she was digging through and digging through and digging through and digging through and digging through. And by the third time of her going around in the wallet, I said to the guy at the cash register, I said, just add my bag of I have a bag of brown rice and flax seeds tortilla chips that I eat with my sardines. I said, just add my bag to her. So I give it to her. She turned around and she hugged me real hard. And she said, thank you. She didn't have the money. And so I'm going to suggest to all of you, when you go into stores like Aldi's and ShopRite and wherever you shop, and you see people struggling to come up with cover their if you can afford, just cover it, right? Because people
Mhm.
are hoping and praying that they and she only got $14 worth of stuff. And you could see that she had one finger of banana, green banana, like little things that you could see she was trying to make the stuff stretch. People are, and then it wasn't, I'm not talking about sad things. So the source to this, so the answer to this is, when you see people struggling and you can support them, just go ahead and do it, right? Just go ahead and do it and help them the
Which
best
is
way you know.
not the same as shucking your greens in the thing. That's not the same. I just wanted to say.
I love you. You are so crazy. So I'm not a TV watcher, but let me tell you one of my secrets. I love period pieces like the Gilded Age. I love
Oh
learning
yeah.
about history. I'm a history buff. I love learning about history and how people were back then, and how the Irish were the least among the least, and and then the black folks came, and then the black folks had this kind of wealth, and it all started with you, because folks learned about that the fact that black folks had a serious amount of wealth, um, when you came on and started talking about all the things that were going on there. So this is wonderful,
Mhm.
just wonderful. But I love the period pieces, but there's no Gilded Age. I think what's her name? Shonda Rhimes thing is coming back, but she's only doing part of it and then another part of it a month later. So I get what you're saying, right?
It's yeah, like don't do that to me. Give me the whole thing. I want to watch the entire movie. Why must I come back after the month
Right,
break? It's
right, right.
intermission used to be 10 minutes. Now it's a month.
Yeah. And it
So
used to
no.
be
Did
that
you see the New York Times?
go ahead. Go ahead, honey.
The New York Times, speaking of the Gilded Age and this and the other, put out an article about the Met having a problem with its whatever else. And some friends and I responded to this article and we said, well, the reason why we stopped coming is because you made it so casual and you reduced all the sets to minimal. You used to see Aida, the entire zoo was on the stage. Now you're going to see Aida, and imagine an animal is running across the thing. They have a little sound. Boop, 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 boop. You're supposed to see a cat. I don't know. And so, but they didn't change the price. And so we said, how much this? We're not getting out to go do this. And our
Mhm.
response was, make things more formal again and grander, and we'll come back. And they said to us, well, that does not allow people who are African American, other sorts to come. And we were offended. So we said, have you ever been to a black church on a Sunday at 11 o'clock in the morning? You will see more evening gowns and beads and things than you have ever seen in your entire life before. Don't say that black people don't have the clothing or the experience or this,
Yes,
that, and the
that's an
other.
insult,
But
right?
this is, again, ways of relaxing. I used to go to the symphony or the orchestra or the opera and spend a day when it was snowing outside and nobody else. You get a rush ticket for 14 cents and just
Mhm.
go and enjoy. So there's all these things that I used to love to do in the snow. That you speaking of the Gilded Age made me think of that.
Mhm. What's the
But
Shonda Rhimes
this
period
snow
piece that
day,
she puts out?
it
Can't
was
remember.
Gilded Age. I mean, the it was no, it was Charlotte, um,
Yes, I'm
um,
thinking of right. Yes,
Bridgerton,
Bridgerton. Bridgerton.
Bridgerton.
Bridgerton's coming out this upcoming week on the 28th, but she's only putting out a piece of it, and then she'll put out the rest of it another time. But those are the things. Just I like to think through and laugh and solve the mysteries of who are the troublemakers in the pieces, and stuff like that. But y'all, I want you to really enjoy this weekend. And when it's time to go out and shovel, get someone who is physically moving, because this is when the most heart attacks happen, right? 8 to 12 inches of snow with ice mixed in is not a recipe for anything good if you have never lifted a snow since you were a shovel since you were 5 years old. So make sure you find somebody who is able to help you. As for me, it's a joy for me to do. We have our snow blower, and we're ready to go when they're ready for
You
us.
like doing it?
I love doing it.
You love it.
I love it.
Oh my goodness, I wish I knew this when I was growing up. I would have hired you. Oh, I cannot stand. Oh no.
I love
No.
it.
I
I
mean, if I could
love
come up with an invent,
shoveling
no,
the snow. I don't think my husband loves it as
I
much,
would
but he
find
looks at me. I love it.
any inventive way to do it would have been wonderful for me. I just
Yeah.
absolutely, oh, I hate it. Oh, I hate. No, I don't want to make a snow angel. I want to look at the snow from afar.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't want to be in the snow. Yeah, do people invite you to go ski or do those sorts of things? I don't go. I'm not going.
I was just telling
No,
our
I
daughter.
go lodge.
Yeah. You go in the lodge and sit and have hot chocolate, but you don't want to go
A
in the
bourbon
snow.
but absolutely not. I'm not interested. Why do I need to go down the hill at 50 miles an hour to no end? What's happening at the end? Nothing. I have to crawl back up and start again. No, thank you. I'll wait for you to come back without frostbite. I'm not. No,
You were so
no. I wasn't
spoiled. The,
built that
the
way.
thing that
I.
I think so crazy. The thing
These
that
are
I
the
think.
parts of me that are more.
Go ahead, honey.
No, these are the parts of me. People say, "Oh, go for a run." I say, "From what?" Do you run from what?
So crazy. You were so crazy.
No, thank you.
Somebody says Sidney Poitier's last movie, The Last Brickmaker in America. I've never seen that. And some of the streaming services, David, there used to be when it was put out a series, they will put out the whole series. Now they're making us wait each week. I was like, oh, we might as
It's
well
cool.
watch regular television for this, and we're paying for this. That's the part that makes me nuts.
Oh, I don't like it. Yeah, I don't
They are
like it.
nuts. Yeah.
Damn.
Katie Carla says, be sure to put your salt down before the snow starts, and put a little around your car if you're parked on the street, or and use a car cover if you have one. All the things. I own a car
Yeah.
cover.
Yeah.
Mister, we gotta find my car cover. I own one. Thank you for reminding me about that.
Someone
Somebody says,
told me, is it antifreeze and salt together that creates warmth? There's something you can put on the ground around your car. It might be antifreeze and salt. Don't
and
listen to me before you blow up. Don't do it. But go, somebody, get someone. Boom.
Andrea says, David is my kind of people. Lord. All right, so put the salt down before the snow starts, and put a little around your car if you're parked on the street. Hey Siri, what happens when you put salt and antifreeze down on the ground before snow? Can prevent ice from forming and makes it easier to shovel the snow.
That's what I thought. Okay, okay. So you can do it now. I didn't want you to blow up. But yeah, I'm telling you, that's
Oh, well,
very
we don't
inventive.
have
It's true.
dogs. Oh, we don't
Whatever
have
you can
dogs
do to
because there's
make
no
this.
dogs coming around here. So it's just around the car. So that's good.
Um,
All right. Okay, Mr. Sanders, one more thing you need to buy. Because we've got 100
that
pounds
is
of salt.
antifreeze and salt is very good,
Mhm.
particularly in the city, for all those steps and those, all the marble steps and all the
Yes.
stone steps and whatever else.
Yes.
Antifreeze and salt before it snows, and you have to go out and resalt every hour or so. People don't realize you have to go resalt, and then you don't have any shoveling to do on your walk.
No. Yeah. That's amazing.
And once
Antifreeze.
you finish with the antifreeze and salt, you can boil water and you can throw it out there and it
Mhm.
won't freeze, but it will melt all the stuff that's there. And you can
Right.
take a broom and push it away. I'm telling you, I have found every way not to shovel snow um, ever in life. I
You are so
abhor.
crazy. You are so
Oh, I
crazy, but
abhor it.
and it's right by yeah.
Oh
This
no.
is great. So, Mr. Sanders, you already know you're listening, so you already know. And he loves being in them stores. I can't stand being in the store. Antifreeze, please. We've got plenty of salt, and we'll put them around the cars before it starts to snow, and on our steps because that's slippery. The steps get
The
real
steps are
slippery,
really
right?
hard. Yeah. That's it. Those steps. It's Philadelphia steps. Best you're behind.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So we won't put. I won't put the antifreeze and the salt over on the sidewalk at all, but inside, on our driveway where we are. Um, she says if people walk their dogs, it will burn their paws. Yeah, and people walk their dogs in my community. So thank you for that reminder, Alexandra. So we will not be doing that on our sidewalk. We just want to make sure people are okay. Um,
Yes.
no, Alexandra says no antifreeze. Listen, David has figured out a way. Sharon says, I got a car cover too, gotta find it. I need to find mine. And I need to get the hell up out of here. So I got to finish with my
Well, but
oh
doesn't the car cover, doesn't that freeze to the car? So if
I
it doesn't that
suppose
you have to wait for the snow to melt for that to matter?
yeah, yeah, you know what? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
because I really don't yeah. Hmm. We'll see. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna test it
Do
out
you
and
put
see.
gas in your own car? See, you don't seem like the type of. Do you make Mr. Sanders put gas in your car? Don't you? He got to go
So
out and add
there
the
was a,
gas.
a time when Mr. Sanders, earlier in our marriage, he would always, I would say, he said, you passed 5 gas. He said, yes, but I'd like you to fill my gas tank. So he'd come home and he'd fill my gas tank. I've traveled so much, especially driving across the country. My little uppity black behind had to figure out how to pump my own gas. So I was out there pumping my gas. And I just got, Monica says, hubby says antifreeze is toxic for animals. Okay, we got it, darlings. Thank you so much.
Hmm.
Uh
See the things that I told y'all. Yeah, you got to
yeah,
research it because
yeah,
I was
yeah.
just trying to make it easy. I hadn't been thinking about the birds. It's funny you say this. When my father died, and this I'm telling on myself, I know why I'm telling all this business. When my father died, my mother, my cousin Jaws, and I found ourselves in a car on the way to a restaurant. And two
Mhm,
events happened. The first event was that when we got to the restaurant, we all got out of the car, walked to the door, and we stood there and we were just having this
mhm.
conversation. And then we began to burst into laughter because we realized that we were all waiting for some man to open the door. Okay. And
Wow.
so there we stood, right? We'd just been so conditioned, and my father wasn't there. Fine. So who opens the door? Well,
Mhm,
second thing was we get
mhm,
to the gas station and sit in the car. This isn't
mhm,
Jersey. Somebody has to get out and pump the gas.
mhm.
Well, it never dawned
Right,
on us. You
right.
just drive up and you sit there. All of
Mhm,
these things change when you realize you have to grow up and be a whole human
mhm.
being. So I was you seem to me like a girl who waits for the gas to be pumped. You're not you're not getting out the car.
I love being in
I
Jersey,
can
honey. I
see
just
that.
sit there. Can you fill the tank, please? What does not? Carla, you said I did what? You did what in Buffalo? It does not. I'm not sure because there's so many. Oh, Jennifer says the cover won't freeze to the car. My mom covers her car daily.
Very good.
Okay. We learned something new today. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Okay. And the thing that makes me want to, because my car is sits up high, and so trying to get off the top, I scraped off as much of the top as I could. I went somewhere yesterday, Thursday,
Cooled your
Wednesday, one
car.
of them days, and it was warm enough. I hit the brake, and all this ice just slid down onto the windshield. And I was like, holy. And so I said to this man, I said, did you see that? He said, yes. Did you? I said, I did. But you can't get everything off. And it slid down. I thank God I was going maybe 4 miles an hour trying to find a parking spot. It's crazy, right? So be careful with your car. So I'm going to cover my car. Um,
This is
uh,
also a great time to go park your car in a local parking lot and to
how
take
about that?
Uber.
How about that?
So
How
I used
about
to, but
that?
people in the city all the time would go put their car in the garage overnight for the
Yeah, so
snowstorm,
they don't have to.
and
Yes.
then take an Uber, and then they don't have, and then they come back to their car.
Roz says, I also, you know what? I'm glad we're having this conversation because we're learning so much about each other and what we do. Rosalind Smith, let me say something to you. Roz makes me a scarf and hat set every year. And when it gets cold
Oh,
outside, I wear them. Oh, just beautiful. So I have this green and blue one that she made me last year with this hat. The hat I can't wear right now because I got it stuck on my head. But people, this woman tried to take my scarf in the gym. I said, ma'am, I walked into this is why I asked before a locker thing. I walked in the thing. She was like this. She was had the scarf in her hand, and she's slowly pulling it off my jacket. I said, "Man, can I help you?" So I know she's got a new scarf and hat set. She's made me some banging ones over the years, and they're always super, super warm. So thank you, Roz. I love you, my darling. I'm looking forward to what my set is this year, and she's been doing it for years. So because of Roz, I don't have to buy winter scarves and that. Ah, wait, did you say no scarf? She says, I got your hat, no scarf. What does that mean, Roz? Talk to me. Because you know she's
you
always
better make
giving you.
two.
Yes, 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 yes. Oh, I love you
Oh.
guys so much. Thank you so much, David, for joining me in your pajama with the fur line with the saber lining. I just have regular pajamas.
Nobody sees me like this, so you are lucky. Now,
Love
do
you
you
all
sleep in
so
your
much.
jewelry?
Huh?
Do you
What did
sleep
you
in your
say?
jewelry?
Do I sleep in my jewelry? The only thing I sleep in is the necklace. I take everything else off. And the necklace is because it takes so hard. It's so hard to put it back on because it's a clasp is so dainty and cute. But I
Yeah,
take everything else. I
yeah,
don't sleep in my jewelry at all.
yeah.
Why?
I do. I just, I mean, I think it's laziness, actually. I also think because I travel so much,
Mm,
I don't want to take things off and risk leaving them behind. But I mean, if I'm more honest, I think it's lazy. I just leave them on. I have, I've got those marks on the hand where you've worn something for 10,000 years, and now your finger has begun to form to the moment. So
around it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I
yeah.
take mine off every night. I can't do it. I love you, my darling. Happy snow day when it gets here. I will call you when after I set my bath up and I've done all the things. I'll let you know how that worked out. And
Yes, and put your milk
yes,
and honey
yes,
in there and go.
yes. And on listen, pajama
Absolutely.
Fridays. Yes, Alexandra. I think I'm gonna go right there to the pajama Fridays, at least on the second and fourth Fridays of every month, because I have Council Member Phillips on the first and third. I will not greet him in my pajamas. We will not be doing that.
Oh,
But
you
on the
should ask him to come in his pajamas.
I'm so sick of you. Happy snow day. And guess what? We'll be on Monday. Everybody will be stuck in their homes. We'll be on Monday to talk about all the
That's it.
things, right? Yes, my darling. Have a great weekend
Mercy.
to each and
Bye.
every one of you. Love you. Mwah. This episode, yes, my darlings, because I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my weekend. This episode of Mornings with Mom is officially over. Have a great weekend. Stay warm. Open your pipes to make sure they don't freeze. There are places that are expecting 45 degrees below zero. Try to stay as warm as you possibly can. Figure out what you're going to do if you lose electricity. Right, have as many blankets as you can. Wash them now so that they're nice and comfy and clean. That if you have to get under a blanket and hug on, and figure it out, figure out how you're going to live without electricity for a little bit. Make sure you have enough food in your house. Do not overeat. You're not going to be in your house for the rest of your lives, right? Take your time, get some good books to read if you have to, if the electricity is out, and just love on one another. And oh, by the way, when you go outside to shovel, don't just shovel your space. If you live next door to somebody, be kind, right? And shovel as much as you can for them, depending on whether they have a snowblower or not, right? Help your neighbors. Huh? Happy Friday. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday, God willing, and the creek don't rise. This episode of Mornings with Mo was officially over. I am Andrea Lawful Sanders. I'll see you when I see you. Bye, everybody. Bye, my darlings.